Okay, great. Thank you. So I'm Masha, and this project is part of my MSc study in psychology, and where I was looking at maths. Well, I was looking at self-efficacy and teacher perceptions and individual characteristics, and how does it impact on maths anxiety. So there is an interplay between maths anxiety and maths self-efficacy. And where did it all start? I'm just going to share a story with you. And this story is maybe building a little bit of a foundations where this idea is coming out from. And this is one of my students. I'll just give you a few seconds to read. So Annalise has this difficulty where her previous experiences are blocking her from making positive improvement and promotions in her career. She has this fear of maths that's stopping her from even, undertaking further promotions, a job that she loves. And so she's not alone. This is just a snapshot of what's happening in everyday further education. And as we heard yesterday, some of us were here, what's happening in higher education, what Mark was sharing yesterday. So this fear. And so this was a year-long master's project in psychology. And I was focusing on adult learners. As I already said, personal experience as a teacher in maths. I've been teaching maths and FE for 12 plus years. I was looking at how low math skills, fear, avoidance of maths, how it impacts learners and prevents them from moving on. And the idea came from looking what other narratives, what is the background that leads people to be in this dark place when they are adults, when they have enough motivation, they have enough understanding, they have enough value of maths. What is blocking them from actually approaching careers and education that takes them to careers that have something to do with maths? And these are some facts, which is just kind of gives a bit of background that, this is quite a serious issue. So about 4 in 5 adults have low level of numeracy in the UK. And so about 1 in 4 believe that school didn't prepare them enough for maths. So this links with the idea of looking at the past experiences. And as we can see that those adults that already have not great skills and attitudes towards maths, with the age, it doesn't improve. It actually declines. And so why do we have problem in maths? So this is was the background of my thinking when I was preparing for the project and looking at the research, attitudes to maths. They come out quite strong and they seem to be in the background of current underachievement. So the recent research over the few good 10, 15 last years shows that attitudes really link to performance and achievement. And it also shows that attitude really links to motivation. So attitude is like a mediator of a motivation to achieve. And negative attitudes, they seem to link strongly with disengagement, anxiety, and a reluctance to improve their skills. And whilst I started looking at the attitudes, attitudes are not very well defined. Often they are used in the literature as attitudes. But when you start looking at the attitudes, it breaks down into many different factors, many different elements that can influence attitudes. And it's not just the past, but it's interplay of the past and present experiences and many other factors that influence students' attitudes towards mathematics. And we started looking, it rises up from early school teachers, then it goes into family, peers, their values of maths, and it links with their anxiety. And then it links also with the present experiences of maths. Looking at the research in the current FE, there hasn't been done similar research so far in the UK. So this research has not been carried out before. There is no data for 18+ learners how their past attitudes and experiences impact their current performance and their attitudes in maths right now. So when looking at the attitudes of towards mathematics, I was looking at the three-side model, like three-factor model, when we were looking at the cognitive components, looking at the beliefs, how gender roles affect, how their beliefs about their gender affect them, how their beliefs about their ability to do maths impact them, and how do they see themselves as able to do maths, as mathematically capable people. So these are the cognitive, their thoughts. And then looking at the affective components, as they also have their emotions. So we were looking at how do they enjoy maths? Are they anxious? Are they fears of maths? And then behavioral components. So what they do, like, for example, time in the exam, how much time they have to do physically maths when they have busy lives. How does it all affect their engagement and their attitudes towards maths? So, as we said, looking through the literature, maths attitudes, all those components, they seem to be very strong predictors along with the maths anxiety. So, and when we are looking at them at the three factors, maths self-efficacy, so it's their beliefs, how able they are, it comes very strong in the research as one of the strong predictors of their achievement and performance. So this is the background. Then I kind of separated it into anxiety and self-efficacy. And on the right-hand side, the factors that impact self-efficacy and anxiety. So that's what we mentioned just now. So how much value they have. And specifically, the experience of the classroom is a very strong predictor. So in previous studies, students highlighted, there was studies mainly done in HE and secondary students, but HE, looking at the HE, so generally how current and past teachers affected them, their mindset, their mathematical mindset, and how able they are to control their attitudes, so their self-regulation, and overall past experience. So we're thinking about the influence of the parents, schools, peers, not just teachers. So this was the background of the study. And so what I was looking at, how those factors that were on the right-hand side, they're placed now at the top, how they impact maths anxiety and maths self-efficacy. And I'm planning to analyze data by looking how those factors at the top predict maths anxiety and maths self-efficacy. And then I'm planning also to swap. So I'm going to look how maths concepts, self-regulation, motivation, growth mindset, utility of maths and maths anxiety impact self-efficacy. And then I'm swapping self-efficacy and maths anxiety, and I'm doing another analysis, another correlational study, when I'm looking how maths self-efficacy, along with those top factors, impact maths anxiety. So I'm doing two parallel hierarchical regressions, and then comparing the results of both. And in addition to this, I also controlled for the following data at the bottom. So age, gender, most recent maths qualification, special learning needs, and test and trait anxiety. So I'm looking at this, but this is kind of a background where I would like to see as well, along as the top data. So I have approached over 20 colleges in England, further education colleges, sometimes through personal relationships and personally knowing people, sometimes just meeting people at the conferences and approaching them, sometimes just cold emailing, and 256 participants, age 18+. They responded to this. I probably would say that we have approached over several thousand people, and this is how much we had engaged. Roughly, good data came from 156, so 100 people haven't completed it fully. And at the moment, I'm analyzing my data, and these are the questions that I'm looking to answer. So I'd like to assess the relationship between the range of self-beliefs that you had, the list on the right, and then maths anxiety and perceptions of past and present maths teachers. So this point is really interesting to see. Do past teachers have stronger influence than the present teachers? So if they had bad experience in school, and then the moment they're in further education and they have really good teachers, so is the impact from the past going to be stronger than the impact from the present? And vice versa. So if they had really good teachers in the past and they have bad experience right now, is it going to impact them stronger? So it would be really interesting to see how is it going to impact their self-efficacy and maths anxiety together. So this is something I'm really looking forward to see. And assess how maths self-beliefs and attitudes will predict maths anxiety and maths self-efficacy. So overall, how do those beliefs are going to impact those two outcome variables? So this is what I'm going to do. And so I have spoken about this study at the very early stage of it last year, and they have published the overview of the study. So this was prior the data collection. So if you're interested to see, so there is a QR code, and this is the link. It will be on the, it will be in the slides sent around. And this is the information overall. What is the study about? And I'm finished. Thank you very much.
Thank you.